But thank God say Mayegun don come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, man of the mass.
Yeah, well up, my people, you know what it is. It's your boy now, Mali. I would like to urge my fans, the Malians and all the Nigerian youths to stop doing drugs because it's not good for your well-being. Let's all stop substance abuse in any form. I've keyed into this campaign to support NDLA to stop drugs on the street. Please join us. It's really not good. It makes you go back into crime. It does a lot of things to you. Thank you very much. Yeah, well up, my people, you know what it is. It's your boy now, Mali.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀, la mọ̀ dódódódó.
Don't be surprised. Surprised. That is the situation of Nigeria now. Naira Marley is now ambassador of NDLEA to help Nigeria fight drug.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun diary.
Boko Haram and bandit sponsor are those in charge of your defense now.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary.
Ugeli, charge and bail lawyer, Festus or Fraudsters Otobokeyamo is in charge of your aviation now.
Bó bá ṣe àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary.
The bagman for Abacha, the man who helped Abacha launder his money that they are refunding back to Nigeria now, Bagudu, is in charge of your budget.
Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun diary.
Anybody who is not comfortable with that, you can go to court. Because 80 years old man is the Minister of Youth right now.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé.
Thank you so much for joining me this evening from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them, Mayegun today. You can do it like that. Mayegun today. You can just say, hey, Mayegun today. Tinubu, Mr. Strategist. He has eyes for best brains. He will discover technocrats that will come and change Nigeria. Now you have your techno with crats or join. From where? Motideo. So, good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live. Now, tell me, how is that audio on your own device there, on your TV, on your device? How is it? Is it perfect? All right? All right. I've not seen much complaints, so that means we are good to go. Well. Ali Baba and his 48 thieves reduced to 45 thieves. And finally, like I said, you now know who is going to be in charge of what. Some people are saying that number one, those of you who are kind of hoping that if Tinubu will bring to you the people that you know that if they are allowed to work, they may likely change Nigeria. And I said, Emma Tonrayin, right? And today, you now know that you are not expecting any technocrat from anywhere. It is same of the same. So it is also very much okay if you begin to know right from this moment that the Shege Bansa or the Shege Bansa Pro Max, the one that you have been told that will be unleashed on you, the continuation of Boko Haram's poverty-ridden government, or poverty-inflicting government. This is the team all around that. Now let's take a look at them. Nigeria is battling with insecurity, which over time we have proven that those who are aiding and abetting these terrorists are also the same people inside APC. Egbekegbe, openly, secretly, they are known. But since the government is not after the sponsor, therefore you can conclude they had no plan of ending the terrorism. Of course, you know that it used to be ragtag terrorism. Now it has become an industry, multi-billion dollars industry in Nigeria. And the sponsor, they are inside APC. Egbekegbe. But when Boko Haram's time, they say maybe because Boko Haram is a Fulani, right? They are wait for another person to come in. You will see that blah, 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 blah. So when they now announced those that will be in charge of your defense, they picked on Badru from Jigawa, the former governor of Jigawa. Then they picked on Matawale. Matawale, the one that paid nearly $1 billion to terrorists until they overran the state, is now going to be wearing the camouflage to go and meet the terrorists and tell them. Just so you have a clue, you heard about what happened in Niger State a few days ago. Well, the Nigeria military came out and they said 36 personnel or 36 officers were killed in that single day terrorism in Niger State. Listen to their governor. Just a quick one, so that I'll come back to those Alibaba and his 45 thieves.
And we have come to the villa now, my senator, the member House of Representatives, to also thank Mr. President for his support, and we need a lot of collaboration with both the local communities, the presidency, and even the state. We are looking at two options. First is non-kinetic. As a government, we have put in machineries to start talking to the bandits, the other elements that are not in tandem with living peacefully. So as a government, we've created a Ministry of Nomadic and Pastoral Affairs to look at the issues for the Fulani headsmen. You need to understand that Niger State has the largest congregation in the world of Fulani headsmen. Niger State is 8.3 million hectares of land with bodies of water. The pastoral environment is very good for grazing. A lot of Fulani across the world, not just Africa, converge in Niger State. So we don't want them to leave. So we don't want any major military activities. We want to talk to them. But if we don't get to that level, then probably we have to go fully military.
Let me get that audio back. Sorry about that, okay? You know, sometimes you kind of feel like that, but not that early. That's their governor in Niger State, where 36 Nigerian soldiers, as well as Air Force personnel, died. And one of the aircraft, they shot down one aircraft, one of their fighter chopper, what have you. And the governor boldly went into Kalu's place and told him they don't want any military action because they are aware that not just Fulanis from across Africa that are converging in Niger State, that from all over the world are converging in Niger State. So they want to talk to them to reduce terrorism or something like to embrace peace. So that is to tell you that terrorism in Nigeria is not going anywhere. It's getting worse, by the way, but they have done so well to try to underreport it. Abi, now they have appointed Matawale, the man that was in bed with terrorists in his own states, as long as they could give him gold, right? Is now in charge of, as Minister of State. Why Badaru is in charge of the defense. It's like saying, hey, guys, go and talk to your brothers for me. Right? Okay. That is Matawale. That's defense. On the Attorney General of Nigeria, Tinubu picked APC, Egbekegbe's lawyer. I'm talking about the one that is representing them at the presidential panel or presidential tribunal. Fagbemi, something Fagbemi. We're going to go over them one after the other a little bit, right? Or here. So that one is going to be your Attorney General of and Minister of Justice of Nigeria, Lateef Fagbemi. The next one is Werewike. Werewike will be in charge of the FCT Abuja. It's like saying it's the governor of Abuja, right? And immediately the Werewike's name is mentioned as FCT. The Lagos Abobakus were already telling him that there is one particular assignment it needs to do, and that is to demolish PDP uncompleted secretariats, because it's an eyesore to Abuja. They were asking him to do that. Remember that Werewike is still in PDP. He is still a PDP member. PDP is not in any government of national unity or whatever with APC or Tinubu, but you know how they arrive here, Abi. Others are saying Tinubu is hoping and banking on Werewike to help him in case if there is a rerun, to help him repeat the magic of Rivers State to get Kalu the 25% needed in Abuja, and so many other speculations like that, right? Then you have Devulumai, who is a senator right now. So he will need to resign his seat and go and become the Minister of Works. So he will be your work minister. And then this guy, the SDP governorship candidate from Oyo State, Bekelemesi, I mean, what do they call this guy mostly? Anyway, he's going to be your Minister of Power, the one in charge of power. Then he also created some new ministries, right? Ministries like Blue Ocean Economy, Gas Resources Minister, or ministry like that, Marina. This one is Marina and Blue Economy. So that's the person there. Job for the boys. Bagudu, who happened to be Abacha's bag man. the guy that made, and yeah, he made deal. Meanwhile, see, this one is not for Kolu, share you get. Bagudu made a deal with Obasanjo's government that if he told Obasanjo where Abacha money or Nigeria money were kept, Obasanjo's government will give him immunity from prosecution, and they will give him 20% of the money that he will, he successfully lead them to recover. And Obasanjo agreed. So that was why he came back to Nigeria when he was arrested in America. So when he got back to Nigeria, from his own money and other money that he probably never declared, is rich, like he's stinkingly rich with Nigeria money as you are looking at him. So he joined CPC. CPC was Bukwari's jihadist party from northern Nigeria at the time. These ones were among those who were funding. I remember Bukwari belonged to Abacha's crew as well, in case if you don't know. Okay. Anyway, Bagudu became governor in 2015 under APC twice. Now, as the Abacha bagman, is the guy who is going to be in charge of your budget and economic planning. Do you get it? Do you get it? If you don't get it, forget about it. So Tinubu, right? Apart from the fact that it doesn't give, it doesn't give a shit about any of whatever it is you are going through in Nigeria right now. There's nobody coming to rescue you. But he's also interested in some certain people who could carry out some certain job. By the time they are done, like they are saying, right, like you've been told, Bokwari will be like a saint. So if you are looking for somebody to help you hide your loot in a way that even the international community, right, can't find them, well, Bagudu will be your man. Okay? Pretty much like the bagman for Tinubu. Not just that. They touted Dele Alakori. In fact, he himself was feeling like he was going to become the Minister of Information. They started giving ideas of how he was going to deal with the media, how they have to make sure that, the media is very much like regulated. People cannot continue to let them, But surprisingly, Kolu put Dele Alakori in solid minerals. And people are saying that the war in Africa right now, or the war that is about to go down in Niger Republic, is war of mineral resources, right? And as we speak, the under Bokwari, when you go everywhere all over Nigeria right now, you will see either Chinese or the Singaporean or even these Westerner themselves drilling somewhere for something. In the areas where terrorism has been reported to be so high, we've also discovered that there are some other covert operation going on behind the scene where resources of these areas are being massively stolen under the guise of insecurity and all of that. So why would Kolu go and put Dele Alakori in solid minerals? Your guess is as good as mine. So the list long, but what I would do is that we can go on them just for the record, for the diary, okay? Just for another maybe 10-15 minutes and take a look at them one after the other. Now I'm going to go to their NTA page. They've got an X page, or you can call it a Twitter page, X. So here you'll be able to see each of them. Sorry, every one of them that is coming to rescue Nigeria with Kolu. The joke, right, itself, sure you get, so that when that time comes, right, you always remember that, well, for those who probably enabled or enabling them, so now let's go over them. This guy, his name is Bumitunji. Well, you've seen him earlier, right? Let's go to another one. So you have Minister of, okay, this one is environment, right? And ecological management. Then you've got Minister of Sorodola Ade John, For tourism, here you have Mohammed Idris is going to be the information minister. So this is going to be like, suppose, right? Like Amo. Do you understand? I mean, that's kind of surprising. We don't know this guy. I don't know much about him, right? But can he even fill in the space where the lying machine of APC, Egbekegbe, is facing the most, what do you call it, the most critical expose from left, right, and center. So you're going to need born liars. But we'll get to see more of him in the next coming days. So this one is Amadou, your Minister of Steel Development. Okay. Then, well, on and on. I'm gonna. Have you seen the Minister of Youth? Have you? No. Okay. Hang on. You will see your Minister of Youth. This one is Junior Minister Housing. This is the Minister of Women Affairs. She's Uju Kennedy, right? And yeah, Adelabu Benkelemesi is your Minister of Power. So people are actually raging in Ibadan or your state, wondering why somebody who worked against them is not compensated. But I mean, she's compensated, but the other guy, what's that guy's name again? That other senator, Folari. So Folari, who was expecting to be, right? Now. Then you have Wale Edun, who is a finance and coordinating minister. And then where's again? I want to show you that of their youth their youth minister. That one looks like an 80 years old man. Okay. And according to them, is this experience that matter. It's going to be like the father to all of them, Minister of Youth, right? Anyway, I believe that those who were looking for technocrats, you have your technocrats now. At least you do. This one is, who is this again? Gas resources. So Tinubu kept himself as a Minister of Petroleum, just like Obasanjo and Buhari. And we all know how that ended as well. Anyway, enough of strolling and strolling. Let's snip it. So there you have your technocrats. I mean, you have some certain areas you want to pay attention to, and you are probably hoping that, okay, yeah, you know. So then he got Idris, that guy who died, that former Kogi governor. The guy wanted to be governor again, but died in Kogi State. His own son was made. He's made the minister for gas resources. Here you get, and yeah, he created extra 5 or 6 ministries, like breaking some of them down. Like, for example, they call them modified offices in a country that is struggling with funding. Now they have more space and all that, and they're still going to create more. Okay, so according to them, finance and coordinating economy has been there before. I don't know why they call that modified, or they took something out of it. So marine and blue economy, that's Tinubu, new office, new ministry. Health and social welfare, it's like sort of a combined set of Ministry of Health. Okay, he called it social welfare, and then he also created another. Where he also kept the one called the humanitarian affair. They now added poverty and poverty alleviation. Here you go. So gas resources, tourism, youth and development instead of youth development, right? They call it youth and development, whatever that means, right? Still development. Okay, art and culture. Normally it's like tourism, art and culture. Art and culture, Now they created a new one for it and said art, culture, and the creative economy, job for the boys. Aviation and aerospace development, right? So this is like, anyway, don't let me waste much time on this, okay? So the bottom line is that he has selected those who are on a special kind of a special mission that you will figure that out very soon, okay? And now that he has named them, Keyamo for aviation, Humayi for works, ideally Alakori for solid minerals, and the rest of them, Abi, and then Bagudu for budget, and who else is there again? Now you have your technocrats in place. They themselves will begin to appoint their own technocrat advisors. Abi? So those advisors too will begin to have their own advisors. The already overbloated government will be further overbloated. Now, when it becomes fully like that, right, whatever is now left, the remnant of that is what they will probably promise, they will plan to use to fulfill every of those lies called promises they made to you. Now, you see why when you say Egbe Yewo, pick it up and check it. What is the value? When you look at the whole thing, it just continues to get ridiculous and ridiculous and ridiculous. So the cost is on you, of course, and if you can't pay it, they can borrow money to pay for that. So talking about having his cabinet in place now, at least you can begin to now say, okay, what are they going to now do to help your economy? Abi, the answer is nothing. Absolute nothing done to make it worse, but give it time. All right, just give it time. For now, it is more or less like, okay, except the judiciary saves you, as some people will say, except the judiciary saves you, right? You are completely FUCK'd, right? Already. But hang on. Before you, they will say we should let you die before you are buried. And this is the road to it. Like I said, if nobody saves you, if nothing saves you from these criminals, by the time they are done with you, even before they are done, your skeletons will scream and scream in agony and be like, they wish they didn't stay this long to witness what these guys are going to do to you. Okay? And it is not a wish. Do you know what is a wish that a lot of you are wishing? Is that you are hoping that they will surprise you. You are hoping that they will come and rejig your economy and whatever it is. You are hoping that this act of terrorism will go down. That is a wish. You are wishing. Yeah, you are wishing. That is something that is so foolish for anybody to actually do when you have facts and you are hoping or wishing that your facts are not real. So I'm not wishing things on you. I am telling you what will happen to you in the space of you can grade it to 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and then you can, we'll all be here. So when you look at all of them, from Kolu to the last of them, you will see how substanceless they are. Now, when you have something that is of valueless, other than a crookedry and a criminality, and you know nothing good will come out of all this crookedry, right? And you are hoping or wishing. You should know the consequences of what that will be at the end of the day, Abi. Maybe you don't. But I have seen them. I have seen them, and I've seen what they represent. And I don't just see the spark. But again, they have already started the bazaar. Talking about rejigging your economy. Remember that part of the reasons why they said the whole thing seems slow, Tinubu's palliative is blah, 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 or Tinubu's plan for your economy is other nonsense they are telling you all this while, okay? They said it is maybe because he hasn't put his cabinet in place. Now, they don't put cabinet in place now, all right? And let the bazaar begin. Now, talking about the bazaar, in 2015, after 3 months, nearly 100 days in in office, Bokwari, people were complaining like this. It wasn't this bad though. So Bokwari now called the then central bank governor, Emefiole, with a memo that he should mobilize over 1 trillion naira, the money that will be shared and distributed to all of the states in Nigeria, so that those who haven't paid the salaries of their workers, pensions, and other payments like that, including contractors that they owe for different projects in their states, that they should prepare some certain amount of, package. It was, they had a name for it at the time, but you can just call it a financial package. So while they were cooking that up, the Paris Club refund arrived, over 600 billion naira. Bokwari told Emefiole to share that money to these 36 states and Abuja. Those who got up to 20 billion, those who got 12, those who got 30, those who got 25, those who got just maybe 8 billion. They shared that money, and within a week, 600 billion was gone. Salaries of those workers, some paid, others didn't. They didn't give a damn. That was before 100 days. So after that, in 2016, the same Bokwari called Emefiole when these governors started going back to say, people are still suffering, we are still unable to shake this and that. Then Bokwari told Emefiole to prepare another financial package, 400 billion naira, and said, this particular one, we are not giving it to you. You will need to come and apply for how much you want to borrow. Whatever you have paid out of your outstanding bills, debt, come and take this one as loan. Okay, you will pay back. We'll take it from your money. They all went back again. And within a week, the 400 billion was gone. That was why when Obaseki came out and said, Central Bank of Nigeria was printing money, Emefiole came out to say, what about the money they loaned to them that they didn't pay back? He was referring to the 400 billion that Bokwari said should be given to them. And as new government, it was more or less like an ideal thing, right? Before he came in, Goodluck Egbere Jolantan was already borrowing money to pay salary, which means the federal workers, state workers, they were in hell. We're almost there at the time compared to where they are right now, almost in hell. So to make everybody feel better, Bokwari, just like Tinubu is doing now, dipped his hand in a cookie jar that was probably almost empty. Abracadabra, abracadabra, 1 trillion came out, 1 trillion naira came out. These gluttonous criminals across Nigeria shared it, and the workers were never paid their salaries in full. I'm talking about the outstanding. Today, when you go everywhere in Nigeria, you will nearly see over 80% of the states owing their workers salary. That was 8 years after Bokwari. 8 years of Bokwari. So when Tinubu said he removed subsidy without any plan, he said he needed 500 billion. It's like somebody saying, okay, if we have 500 billion, that should be enough. You have no data. You have no record of who and who should be the beneficiary of that 500 billion. Then they started doing all the abracadabra, Tinubunomics jargons, 8,000 naira per family, until when the backlash was too much, that they felt like, okay, this didn't make any sense. There was no plan. There was no real number to work with. Nothing. These criminals are running Nigeria based on guessing. I mean, on guess. They are guessing. How many poor people do you think are in Nigeria? There are many. If we give them 1 trillion naira, do you think if you share 1 trillion naira, 1 trillion naira, poverty will disappear in Nigeria, sir? Okay. How many people can benefit? Sir. Sokoto, Jigawa, Kano. Sir. If with 1 trillion, we can give that money to 20 million people. Oh, okay. And that 20 million people, sir, each of them can collect 50,000. 50,000. You see, no sense. So just the same guess. Wow, that about 50,000. Maybe we should just do 40 million people. And we'll give them 25,000. Exactly, sir. Because they had no plan of giving anybody anything. Guess. So when they came out and realized that this didn't make any sense, so 8,000 naira per family for 6 months, are we going to be getting 500 billion naira every month to share to these 12 million families every month, which is going to be how much for 6 months? That's going to be 3 trillion naira. Oh, no. That's not the plan. No. Okay, tell them that we are working on it. We are working on it. So we are not giving 8,000 again. We are not giving 8,000. So we are working on it. Do you know what they now came up with? Give all the state governors 5 billion naira to go and share the money to the poor people in their states. Somebody suggested that in the midst of all their technocrats, Abi, inside the asshole rock, Abi, let's go and give all the governors 5 billion naira in order to cushion the effect of subsidy removal. Brilliant. Yeah, go and tell the media. Breaking news. To cushion the effect of palliative. The government has approved 5 billion for every state. The same Bokwari style. Replaying itself. But the difference is this. When Bokwari came in, Goodluck Egbere Jolantan left money, substantial money, that Bokwari could fritter away, could share and do all he did with until he started printing his own money. So, but Bokwari that handed over to Tinubu, handed over Korofo Pangolo, nothing, Bese, and a broken country. Tinubu is too coward or somehow like as an accomplice anyway, to even come out and confess to you, all of you, and say, nah, Korofo, nothing. But they want to use the same Bokwari script again. But it can't be around the time when Nigeria don't broke. No money. If not, Tinubu self will be declaring 1 trillion, 2 trillion to Kinikon, 1 Kinikon, like Bokwari was doing at the time. But what happened to that of Bokwari's money? It ended in the pocket of all of them, the governors, the senators, the reps, everybody who partook in the sharing or allocating, approving of that money, took their cuts. By the end of the day, the workers in Nigeria, they were left in the limbo, unfortunately for them. A lot of them are still begging for their salary right now. Some of them who retired, they are praying, begging, that this country is killing them. Please, pay our salary, pay our pension. Please pay our pension. We are dying. Let us enjoy our pension. Because their money have been shared and stolen. And now Tinubu is replaying that. But during the time that Nigeria is already broke, bankrupt. 5 billion. 5 billion times 10 now 50 billion. Times 10 again now 50 billion. Abi. Another times 10, the 50 billion. So 50 billion means that 50 times 6 income. 5 times 6 should be what's be that one? 30 Abi. 30. So 180 billion. So Tinubu has removed 180 billion from the 50 billion. I'm sorry, from the 500 billion that they told you they want to give to you as that he got approval from the Senate as palliative money. Now, 180 billion of that money is going into the pocket of 36 state governors. you'll barely see, maybe you'll barely see 3 or 4 of them that will actually use part of that money for that purpose. Because the money is that go and share the money to the poor people in your state. They don't get data of poor people anywhere. You understand? It's like somebody calling me and say, Mayegun, oh yeah, take this 1 billion naira. Go and share it to poor people. Maybe na person where I give now poor. If I say, oh yeah, come, everybody send your account. You send me your account, that means you are poor. So if I give you, I give you. Abi? So yeah, you take 1 million, you take 1 million, 2 million, you 5 million, you 1 million, you 2 million. And at the end of the day, by the time I give it to how many people? And they say, Amayegun, where is the data? So I just share the money to everybody. How do you know they are poor or not poor? I don't know. Because I don't know. Of course. They take the money, they share the money to their party members, the old men and women in their party, which is like, okay, go and give them 10,000. So at the end of the day, if they manage to give them 1 billion, they have shared the money, the rest go back into the pocket of the criminals. And right there, right then, they don't convert them, they don't move them out of Nigeria. Some will collect the 5 billion. The properties they have been showing them since their inauguration in Dubai, that money will likely pay for it. Once they get the money, they move it. The poor people should maintain the breath that they currently have, I think. Anyway, that is just also part of revamping your economy. Not to talk of the money for them to even run this, and the intention of these criminals on how they even got there. Like, where would you be getting that from? Unfortunately, there will be no punishment for them, and those whose lives they are kind of mortgaging away, who probably know less too, makes it more, just more unfortunate, I'll say. But you know what happened today? Yesterday we were talking about Emefiole and the other people who are supposed to also be in cuffs for what they have done. And I said, they are not yet ready to prosecute. They are not, in fact, intending to prosecute Emefiole for the kind of crime that Bokuwari, all of his cabinet, including Emefiole, committed against Nigeria. Because if they should be interested in prosecuting Emefiole, Bokuwari will currently be in Kuje, waiting for his own court date as well. But the intention is to keep Emefiole incommunicado, disgraced, and all of that. And when they are done, they will let him go. Sure you get. So they took him to court and something happened there. So they charged him. They are charging Emefiole for procurement fraud. So DSS said they are no longer charging him for firearms, illegal possession of firearms anymore. They're now charging him for procurement, 6.9 billion naira procurement fraud. So, and then this time around, he has an accomplice. So the accomplice and himself were supposed to be in court today to come and answer the charges of how they stole 6.9 billion naira or how they mismanaged 6.9 billion naira. But they said, Yaro, what's her name again? The accomplice is something, maybe na Yaro, Sarah or something, I don't know, but something Yaro, a woman. They said she wasn't well, she wasn't feeling well, so couldn't come to court today, and therefore the proceeding couldn't continue, so they had to adjourn. It was after they adjourned that the drama started. Emefiole that used to tell all of us then that if you want to fight me, come outside, let us fight. Fight rich now. Oh, anyway, when your friends, when your supposed friends decided that they're going to have you for supper or for dinner, and there you are, you couldn't even see a single one of them that could have a pity on you unfortunately, Abi. So it happened inside the court that Emefiole, for some reason, started a faking phone call. Or maybe he was actually making phone call. Then the media wouldn't let him breathe. Or the lawyers, everybody there was just like, no, move. Oh, yes, Emma, oh, yeah, move. Anyway, I'll show you. Inside their court today, Emefiole.
Nobody's making call. You holding that camera? It's all right. It's all right. Why are you blocking it? Judge, do your job. You don't have right to make call. Why hold it? Okay. Don't try that. Okay, you go for press conference. Then you see yourself.
Let's go and talk outside.
Nobody's making call. You holding that camera? It's all right. It's all right.
So it was like Emma hide. Just walk. Emma hide. Like, why would you tell him not to hide? He's in the court, everybody can see him. So why which one is Emma hide? That was Emefiole. All right. And yeah, a lot of you shouldn't feel sorry for him. I mean, in all sincerity, I know that sometimes, right? The humanity in you or something like that will make you feel like, oh, and I feel sorry for. Don't feel sorry for him. Don't ever feel sorry for these guys. Oh, are you with me? These are cold-hearted criminals. Of course, if it reeks of, injustice too, when you realize that those who like Boko Haram, Pastor Ruga, and the rest of them that they perpetrated this crime together, they are kind of chilling in their own houses right now. Okay? And the guy who carried out the directive of Boko Haram and gang is being treated this way. That's one thing. That's a different thing now, okay? You know, normal. The system in Nigeria reward criminals. We all know that, okay? But if this is the worst they can do to themselves, don't partake in sharing their condolences, okay? You don't have to. These are cold-hearted criminals who carried out, criminal policies that destroyed lives and businesses that a lot of people will never recover from. These guys, and they probably don't even know they did that, or they did know they do know that they did that, and they just give it down. So don't put yourself in that situation, okay? Don't be like those who love their thieves differently. Be like, but is it the only one? Is it the first person to steal? Where are the others? Don't be like that. Please don't. All right? Because I've seen that many times. All right? Everybody loves their own thieves. Okay? Everybody believes that their own thief is better. My thief is better than your thief. My own criminal is kind. Is kinder than your own criminal. Our own criminal, they always give us money. They give us food. Your own criminal is just using the money to buy property for his own family. So our own criminal is better than your own criminal. Don't be like that. I've seen that many times. When you see them do this to themselves, right? These are part of the reasons why you should never, for any reason, feel enticed by any glamorous, crooked lifestyle that is associated with these criminals like politicians. You should never be enticed enough to get yourselves involved in wanting to be like them, because there are so many of you who are just open, waiting for your turn. I know that. All right? We'll go sit down here, condemn these criminals, talk about all of this, or you are actually waiting for your turn, waiting for your chance. And when they now see us, you don't go, my brother, you need to join them. To change a system, you need to, I have to like join them to Nshiri. Who are you telling them not to join them to beginning or what? So I know that myself, and I've been telling you, when you are dealing with people, it is always better for you to manage your expectations and all that. So don't look at them when they do this to themselves and feel like, yeah, they deserve some pity from any corner. They don't. Those ones that have been there, those ones that are being kicked out or replaced, and the ones that are there now, they come from the same breed, bunch of criminals. The system is there to shape them to do exactly that, and you know that. So don't ever be like that, okay? Don't feel sorry for Emefiele. Let them do whatever they like to him, all right? So when the table turn tomorrow, if he be Kolu, that will be in shame. They go and shame like this. If he be that same Bokwari, anything can happen. So the truth is that do not get sort of in any way infatuated to them. Like, feel like I myself one day I want to be like Kenny Cockney. You will end up as a disgrace like that. All right. I mean, somebody said that if you serve Nigeria, go and serve Nigeria and come back in shame. Well, maybe not all the time, but whenever they happen, right? They are good enough to remind our children that they are nothing but criminals. And as criminals, right? Whatever good thing they do is always a mistake. When they do something and it looks like, oh, that thing is good, oh. Once they see it, just know that it is a mistake. Pay attention very well. All right? They will eventually destroy it. And that's what they have always been. Fortunately, those who lost their money, lost their savings, and those who lost their lives, they probably won't look at him and feel sorry for him. But I understand your sentiment that the ideal thing, if Nigeria was a real country, just like me also said that if they indeed are prosecuting him for his crime, of course, Bukwari won't be in Daura or anywhere near comfort at all. They will be sharing cells together in that same DSS, but that won't happen, Abi. So yeah, I have no pity or sorry for Emefiele. But going forward, ladies and gentlemen, I picked up where Patience Jonathan was telling all of you that you've got no other country, that you should support Tinubu. Forget about all of this, yeah? Pray for Nigeria because you have no other country. Of course, the elite will align. I have said this a long while ago. I said, Tinubu and his people, they understand what power and the value of it. They do understand it very well. And it is so important to him at that crucial time that if they have to kill everybody for it, they will do it. And that's when he said, power is not served a la carte, right? That you have to like steal it, grab it, and run with it. Right? When he said that around that time, he was referring to the fact that 2023 was life and death, right? For him, do or die. Okay. So he knows that it doesn't matter how you get that power. Okay. Today everybody is talking about illegitimacy. Tinubu, illegitimate this, Tinubu, nobody want to take him as their president, all over the place, Abi. And normal, you will think that should be something of shame that nobody would want to do. Like if you want to win election, everybody sees that you win, you have the legitimacy, and there is no kind of, Now, because some of you, they think, say, their politics have morality, Abi. Nigeria politics have no morality. And if you are living in that world of, we need to do everything according to the law, don't join their politics. Don't even get involved. You know why they say it's so dirty? It's because it's so crooked as well. It is run by criminals. It is a criminal enterprise. To get involved in it, you should know that everything they call logical is completely
unrelated to that of anything in Nigerian politics. Sure, you know. How could your daddy steal election like that? He didn't win an election. He's already answering the president's son. She's already been seen as a president's daughter. Because, you know, like I said, they understand the power that is around being the one holding power. Even those who, your ardent critic, once they sense that you have that power, they will align. It's called realignment. The way Nigeria is structured, Baba, most of your rich men in Nigeria, if they suddenly decided to do right thing and distance themselves from that power circle, you will realize that majority of them are poorer or will be poorer than some of you. Majority of you will have better lives than them, because majority of the billions that you see in the hands of your criminal elite in Nigeria, majority of them are sourced from the government patronage, government, reward, in a way that they have been kind of enjoying some level of cover that has been protecting their money, clean and dirty. All right. All they hold the establishment is loyalty. Align. Everybody, align, or else you can forget all your wealth. And it's going to be about the time that it's going to be a matter of how long you come back to your senses. They always do that. They have no shame. Oh, you stole the mandate. They don't care. You know, the whole world knows that you are this. They don't care. It's about that power. And when you see them talk of how they love Nigeria and all of that, and you wander around and be like, you can't love Nigeria and be doing this and that. Be like, well, we love Nigeria, Sha. You can't love Nigeria and be friends with people who they love Nigeria, Sha. Because there are people called the owners of Nigeria. And you are not one of them. I am not one of them. So those are the people that will tell you that you don't have another country. They do have other countries. They are citizens of different countries. Yeah, they've got citizenship. They are children, not just Nigerians. They are Americans, they are British, they are Canadians, they are here, everywhere. So they could leave Nigeria in a twinkle if the country goes up in smoke. But they easily tell you, you need to pray you don't have any other country. So Patience Jonathan met with Remi Tinubu, and this happened.
My senior colleague. So we thank God that she's here to pay a solidarity visit and for us to have, talks on the way to move our nation forward. And I appreciate her visit this afternoon. So I want to also thank her for all the support and the tips she's always given over time. So thank you so much, Your Excellency, and thank you for this visit.
Thank you. A woman I know for a long time. We started as a governor's wife. We were my senior by then. But we joined the race, we were my senior. And we learned from you people. I am not surprised that you are here because you are one of the women that I look forward to make Nigerian women proud. I have come here to encourage you, to support you, because we are one country and our country must move forward and for the country to be better, because it's our country. We have no other country than Nigeria. We have no other place to go. We must support you. We must support you to make sure you achieve what you are here for. And when you achieve, we have achieved. So the Nigeria must move forward. And I use this opportunity also to plead to the women of this country, because I know that my sister can carry the women along. She carried the women along when she was a governor's wife. So when she's a first lady, the sky will be her limits. She will carry us along and she will move us forward. We Nigerian women, we should come out in mass and support this government and support her. The sky will be our limits. May God bless you.
Che, help us, oh, help us. There is God, oh. There is God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh. God should descend, oh, today God will descend here. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. This thing will end today. My sisters, if your child lost, will you stay and keep quiet? Will you people stay and keep quiet? The president now is calling you, come, I want to help you. You don't want to appear. Will you agree? No. Now the first lady is calling you, come, I want to help you. Come to find your child, your missing child. Will you keep quiet? No. Child, there is God, oh. There is God, oh. The bloods we are sharing, there is God, oh. There is God, oh. There